Welcome to our live report on the world's largest ice and snow theme park. I'm Madi with Xinhua News Agency. I'm near the biggest ice sculptures at Harbin Ice and Snow World, located in northeast China's Heilongjiang province. Today, my colleague Xuzhang and I will take you to have a tour around this theme park, which attracts hundreds of thousands of visitors each year. Now follow me. And this is the core area, also the central space of the Harbin Ice and Snow World. Here, we can appreciate this park's tallest ice buildings. Ta-da! That's it. 42.2 meters tall. Wow, look up. So close, it stands just in front of me. Wow, it really shocks me. Yeah, let's have a close look at it. It is definitely, this winter, it is the world's largest, tallest, and also brightest ice buildings. And you can count, there are all together 18 ice peaks. And the designer says this year the design inspiration adopts abstract idea and combines together. Since the design concept is abstract, you can give full play to your imagination. And for me, look at it. It's crystal, it's clear, it's sparkling, and just like a huge treasure of diamond and crystal, attracting me to go inside to explore. Actually, there are already tour routes have been set up. As long as we climb along the routes and we can arrive different sightseeing platforms of different heights. And I have participated in reporting Harbin Ice and Snow World for many years. And each year, the park's main tower is definitely the park's most popular landscape. And I remember in the 15th Ice and Snow World, the tower's inspiration comes from a church in Iceland. And in the 16th Ice and Snow World, the main tower, visitor tower, is designed in a fantasy and symbolic shape. And the 17th Ice and Snow World, last year, and the main tower is Charm Tower, with a height of 46.5 meters, breaking the world's record of tallest ice buildings. And in the past years, all those main towers are just for appreciation, and the tourists only take photos. But this year, the park take bold innovation. The tourists could really climb onto it to have a stunning view of this ice and snow kingdom while standing on the tower. Okay, follow me. Okay, climb step by step. I feel a little bit excited at heart. It feels like I'm the master of this ice and snow kingdom, and I'm boarding my tower and will patrol my territory in all directions. Wow, have a sense of conquest. What I touch is all ice. Every step is ice, and must be careful because it's really slippery. All of the things are made of ice. Sometimes I really cannot believe it is real. Deep in my heart, I cannot help respecting the construction workers. Some people say the ice and snow world is just like a fairy tale wonderland. But this fairy tale wonderland is not built by magic overnight. It is built by thousands of workers. In 3 weeks, under such cold environment. Take this main tower for example. Itself, it took over 1,000 workers, half a month to complete building it. It itself uses a total 18,000 cubic meters of ice. Now, I have come to one sightseeing platform. Wow, look at it. It seems that in my palace overlook my kingdom. Well, that feeling is really awesome. You should really come here and experience yourself. Actually, in this tower, there are already several tour routes have been set up, and they will reach different sightseeing platforms. You can choose which way you like. Follow me. Yeah. Yeah, the designers hope that every year the main tower could be more creative, but it definitely brought pressure under the construction. Like this year, the main tower has 18. Sorry, our camera will be. It's quite slippery. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. This year, we noticed that the main tower has 18 standing straight ice peaks. Well, that sense of fluid in the air does impress everyone, but that brought great pressure during the construction. The workers have to make many irregular ice sections. We should remember behind every beautiful ice building, there is hard work of designers and construction workers. Oh, as a girl, I really like. As a girl, yeah, as a girl, I really like the mysterious and colorful elements. And this year, the lighting effects of the main tower really impresses me. Look, it's like crystal, it's like diamond, it's changing colors all the time. And inside it, there are all LED lights. They are controlled based on under the computer program. And also, below the main tower, there are all LED sporting lights shining and very beautiful. And in the park, all the ice buildings are fixed with LED lights. Mysterious, colorful, and most important, quite good for the environment. Yeah, the Harbin Ice and Snow World, covering a space of 800,000 square meters. Whoa, all the things are made of ice. Actually, quite incredible. Next, we will have a bird's eye view of the total Wonderland through a video. The Harbin Ice and Snow World opens both in the daytime and at night. Wow, the stunning view. Many visitors would choose to come here at night when multicolored lights are turned on to illuminate the sculptures, revealing a new colorful dimension to the expanse. The bright and dazzling lights that are shining against the dark night sky make the works look all the more spectacular. Covering a space of 800,000 square meters, this Harbin Ice and Snow World is truly an icy road. A total 330 cubic meters of ice and snow are used for the construction. This year, from this main tower to the surrounding subgroups as buildings, visitors could climb to the top, could participate. The interaction of visitors and the ice landscape is greatly enhanced this year. Harbin Ice and Snow World will be open until early March, lasting for nearly 80 days. It opens every winter as the centerpiece of the Harbin International Ice and Snow Festival. First opened to the public in 1999, Harbin Ice and Snow World has developed into the world's largest ice and snow park, attracted a total of over 10 million tourists. Tourists from home and abroad really have a lot of fun here. Actually, it's really cold here. China's northernmost capital, Harbin, is known as Ice City. Well, because the average temperature in winter here is below -20 degrees Celsius. Like me, to get this fantastic view does not come warmly. I have 3 pairs of pants on, 2 sweaters, and 1 special jacket. Look at my nose. It has already frozen red. Actually, I'm freezing now. But I'm really freezing. But to get this fantastic view, it's worth it. And actually, I really want to go outside. The atmosphere here is really festive, and although I'm quite cold, but I'm also very exciting. And must remember, before come here, you must get fully prepared and dressed warmly. The Harbin Ice and Snow World is also a center for recreation and entertainment. For example, skating, skiing, sliding, and also the ice parks, even ice hotels could be found here. Now, my colleague.
Thank you, Madi. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is snowing very heavily outside, and I have to say good evening. We are going live at Harbin Ice and Snow World, one of the world's largest ice and snow theme parks, and is also a major part of the coming Harbin International Ice and Snow Festival. After enjoying the dominant sculptures with my colleague Madi, I guess you guys have been amazed at its majesty, its grandeur, and its beauty. But besides all those dominant structures in the park, there is still much more to explore. And to be honest, that one of the highlights of the park this year is various entertaining activities, which is just happening just around me. If you are a winter sports fan, this is a terrific place for you to have fun. Now, right behind me, you can see is a giant lake. A show is going on. The giant lake is actually called Snow Lake. Actually, it is a frozen lake, and I think it is a terrific place for you guys to skate and have a ride on sled, actually. It's different from the ordinary lakes which you have seen before, because the normal lakes you see is always round, but this lake is quite straight, which enables the visitors to watch the sceneries along the lake. And also, from what I have been observing in the past few days, and this place has become one of the most popular scenic spots in the park this year. Every day after the park was open, and a lot of tourists just swarm to this place to enjoy themselves there. And before this show, actually, we have talked to some of the visitors here, and some of the visitors tell me that they have never been this place before, but since they got on the lake and participating in its various winter sports, they have an obsession with the winter sports right now. Now, ladies and gentlemen, here is a tape from me. Actually, it's from what I have seen on the set, and it's quite slippery here, and you can now just jump directly into the ground of this lake, and the path is covered actually with compacted snow, and it's quite slippery, so you have to be very careful with your steps. Mind your steps next time when you come here and have fun. Now, ladies and gentlemen, follow our camera. Let's take a look at our surroundings, which is covered with ice carvings, snow sculptures, and of course various ice lanterns. And many people would like to ask that when is the perfect time to visit this park? Actually, to be honest, the park is open to the visitors in the daytime and at night. And I believe it is perfect. It is a perfect time to visit the park at night, because when the night falls and the ice carvings, the snow sculptures, and ice lanterns are actually lit up by the colorful night to have a breathtaking view. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived the giant arch, which is a dominant sculpture in the park this year. And look at these ice blocks. And actually, nobody could tell how many ice blocks they used to erect such a giant wall. Actually, those ice blocks are from the Xinhua River, which is the mother river of Harbin City, flowing through the city, and it has frozen now. And it has been a tradition for those Asian craftsmen to get those ice blocks out of the river, and it requires lots of skills and patience, and of course it requires lots of work. The craftsmen have to be uh, very have to be patient enough and skilled enough to get those ice blocks out of the river, of course. And sometimes you say it is just a giant arch. Okay, of course, in the surface, it's just a giant arch, but it has a symbolic meaning inside. And we've talked to some of the designers in the park. They told us, and this giant arch represents the separation between the water and the land. The land is just where we are standing, and the water is the lake that we have seen where people are having a great time there. So its symbolic meaning is very obvious. Well, on the other side of this giant wall, the castles are having a party there. Well, on the side where I am standing, and the visitors are having a great time here. So it has its own symbolic meaning, and which is the designers want to tell all the visitors. I have a little tape here because you can see the door is closed and it's a solid, so it is not quite easy. It is impossible actually to pass through the arch. And if you really want to get through this giant arch, you can come through between those ice pillars now right in front of us. The ice pillars are offering those photographers a different perspective to look at the beautiful scenery of this park. As you can see, around me is many castles. Actually, the ice castles are getting ready to embrace one of their most exciting moments this year, as the Harbin International Ice and Snow Festival is coming a few days later. Now look at those colorful castles. It's actually the classic elements of the designing in the park this year, and they have many things in common. If you go upstairs to the top of the castles, you can have the bird view of the park on each corner. And if you want to get down from the top of the castle, you can take a slide. Every castle has its own slide, and even though they come in different shapes and sizes, they all have their unique characteristics. Okay, after enjoying these various castles, let's follow our camera to the place that we are going to introduce you. Here is the giant maze. It's actually one of my favorite places in the park this year, and I got to be honest with you guys that it is quite difficult to remain balanced on ice because it's very slippery, but in the same time you have to figure out a way out of the maze. Now it's snowing very heavily. The temperature is minus 20 degrees. It's freezing cold outside. I guess you guys don't want to get lost in this giant maze. And I got to be honest that before this show that we have tried several times and of course succeed sometimes. It's quite easy to get from one side to another, but if you really want to pass through the center of this giant maze, it still requires lots of patience. Of course, a good science of balance is necessary. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's freezing cold outside. Guys, maybe you are wondering that how could it be possible to keep warm? Because the winter sports are actually a waste of energy. You can easily get exhausted. Don't be panic about that. Don't worry about that. Here's a little tip. We have seen those snack bars around the park, almost everywhere in the park. Those snack bars offer traditional Chinese food like noodles, like rice, like soup, and also the fried chicken is available in the park. And they have those hot beverages like a cup of hot water, like coffee, like milk tea, everything to defrost you. And a few days ago, we visited park and we saw a dessert bar actually. They offered those donuts and the ice cream actually is very tasty. So next time when you come to this park, remember to enjoy that. And another tip, if you are seeking something which is light, physically demanding, and besides all those winter sports, you can enjoy various shows which is happening in the park right now. A fashion show is recommendable in the exhibition hall, and every time we enter the exhibition hall, the whole hall is riddled with people every time, and those blondes wear fashionable clothes to give you their wonderful performance. And besides the fashion show, we can also see those shows like acrobatics on ice if we are really seeking something exciting. And also, we've got Santa Claus everywhere in the park. The Santa Claus with their reindeer, with their sled, now get on the sled and have a ride around this park is also recommendable too. Now, ladies and gentlemen, before we end this show, let's take a quick look at a video clip we have prepared for you to find out how this ice and snow world is being built. See you next time.
Northeast Heilongjiang province. It is also China's northernmost capital city. It is a city that uses millions of cubic meters of ice and snow to build the world's largest and tallest ice and snow buildings. A city where more than 100,000 people make a great effort to create a fairy tale wonderland with ice and snow. A city where the world's largest ice and snow carnival is going on. A city that is leasing its largest business potential through its booming winter tourism. In the Xinhua River, known as the Mother River of Harbin, another winter sets in. The temperature has dropped to minus 12 degrees, and the river has frozen, which provides the best material for the ice architectures. It's a gift from nature. One piece of giant ice block is as heavy as 500 kilograms. The workers have to use up their full strength to get them out of the river. In fact, it's a kind of ancient skills. Ancient people living along the Xinhua River dug the ice blocks up to build ice houses, preventing the wild animals and keeping warm. It looks like a repetitive job, but in fact, it needs a lot of skills. Sophisticated workers have to make full use of the water buoyancy and ice friction to make sure the blocks remain complete. Any minor mistake may lead to a rupture. For those workers staying on the river for 10 hours a day, every ounce of strength is treasured. The job is well paid. Along the Xinhua River on the Sun Island, an ice and snow wonderland is taking shape. With modern machines, the pace of building the park is accelerating, but lots of detailed sculpturing still requires manual work. These craftsmen are not only building grand architectures, but also creating the most shining artwork. Round, square, these architectures come in various shapes and sizes. More than 8,000 craftsmen are working in the construction site every day to ensure the work is done on schedule. Now the Harbin International Ice and Snow Festival is coming. It is a unique ice and snow tourist and cultural festival commissioned by Harbin Municipal Government. Since its birth, it has been expanding year by year. Now, come and join us in this ice and snow wonderland.